Joe and Tom are here. We've got movie reviews in your ear, but we have to make something clear. These are just opinions, so don't take it personally. Just because we don't like it, you can still be happy. Enjoy what you like, you're an adult. Yeah. BWN Productions, masks, butts, props, and costume work. If you want a monster name, contact BWN Productions. Fast custom shirts, hundreds of t-shirts, all at reasonable prices. If you need custom work, contact Fast Custom Shirts. Grab a cold one and get ready for the show. It's intended for mature audiences because we kid and joke. Boy God is here and so is Tom and Joe.
Hi, I'm Tom from that song you just heard. And that's Joe from that song you just heard.
Hey, isn't that a catchy tune? God damn, man. It stays in my head. I know that, like, all the time. But
Because it's pretty good.
that's the purpose of a jingle, you know, or an intro, you know?
I was looking at the old YouTube analytics, and the average viewer of this channel, they just listen to the song and then stop watching.
Okay, so then maybe I don't know. But is that for the show or for every other thing, you know?
For the show that we do, the average listener, they stick around for about 17 minutes.
And that's pretty good.
What's 17 minutes? I don't know.
Hmm.
But yeah, the average watcher of this channel, they tend not to stick around long, Joe. So I was wondering what the fuck is with this, with you know, getting all these views but no likes. But what's going on here?
I agree. Some likes would be cool. You know, some some followers would be cool. Hey, but what the fuck, you know? You do it.
We have gotten a few subscribers
Oh, so
over the past week.
you'll be getting your issues in the mail every month.
Yeah, Indonesia. We got a lot of listeners in Indonesia. Of course, the first one's the US. But then it's like Indonesia and Thailand.
Yeah.
Which, you know, the language, I'm not sure.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you do look kind of Asian, so you know that helps.
I think it's because some of the movies we review, you see.
Could be, or maybe you look like some anime guy that they.
Well, first of all, motherfucker, it's pronounced anima.
Sorry, my apologies to you Asian listeners, you know, watchers, whatever.
No, now they hit the thumbs up. Oh, anima, yes.
When I said it wrong, it was.
But the people who listen to like this, like the whole I guess the podcast version, not just the clips, they hit the thumbs up. So we got about 8 strong that usually come in.
So, but that's the YouTube analytics, right? So,
Yeah.
Like you also like you have the website where it's just people can listen to just the audio, right?
That's not much better there, Joe.
Okay. I was thinking that was gonna be gangbusters.
No, we get single digits on that now. We used to get like around 16 to 24 that would tune in every week and listen on that.
Yeah.
There's still a few, but like doing a little math and looking at stuff, I think we're still at about a good 50 strong, like 50 people who actually appreciate the shit and listen to it, which, not much for, most people, but
Right.
it's
So what
keeping
I'm
me from.
is we need to dump Spider-Mans and start reviewing Cerebus, the aardvark.
I mean, I don't even know. There's some reaction on that shit, but it might be like, I mean, it could be we fucking suck. We've been doing this
Definite.
shit
That's a definite.
like almost 10 years, and we've grown a little bit, like since we've got on YouTube and did the video thing. Like, we've got a couple more people listening, and I'm not trying to talk shit. Like, I appreciate it for
Yeah.
sure. But the swearing probably has a little bit to do with it.
Yeah.
I don't think as much as I think with the swearing, that's
No, I
more of a monetization thing.
some mom watching with her 8-year-old, then we start cutting. It's like, oh no, no.
Yeah, but they're not looking up fucking Ilsa Harem of the Sheik's movie review, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People looking for that shit, they kinda know what they're getting into.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I listen to a lot of YouTube. I can't say I watch it, but a
Yeah.
lot of the stuff that I listen to and watch is just like talking heads talking about movies, kinda how this is. Maybe there's only one person, maybe there's 2 or more, but yeah.
And you watch a lot. You do. I mean, you watch usually when like I'm with you in the car, then when I went to go visit you and you had when you had your vacation thing, you watch high end shit too. So then those people have like a lot of you, but they pump a lot of money into their production, and I'm not going to do that. I would hope that you wouldn't do that too and just fucking blow your money on this talk and shit.
No, I mean, like Red Letter Media, I watch that shit a lot, like, that's what you're talking about,
Hmm.
and they have, like, millions of subscribers and, like, millions of views on their shit. They have higher end cameras that they, like, all get together and shoot it like it's a production, you know what I'm saying? That's not what this is. This is, I don't wanna say, like, Siskel and Ebert type shit because that's even more produced. This
And
is like this is just like the basic, 2 people talking about something, webcast or
yeah,
whatever the hell it's called, but, I
you know,
watch and listen to a lot of shit like this where it's just like how we are right now.
yeah. So I click on some stuff like that once in a while, not often, but I don't even think to check like, oh shit, I wonder how many views they got, or it's like, um, but now I do. Now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder how many views they get or whatever. But why? It's like I'm not trying to compete with anybody. And so let me say one thing. Like Tom said it a while ago. Hey, we know we're not good. So you can go, and if you want to do a critique of podcasts and say like, oh man, these guys suck, these guys are horrible, I'm not going to get upset about it. I understand. We're just out here doing a thing. I'm not like trying to get famous or anything.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just trying to get the word out there and shit, but I mean, I think we have chemistry and both of us are funny in our own fucking ways. So, I mean, I don't know, I don't get it. I mean, if we fucking suck, for sure, just let us know. I mean, that'd probably be helpful, you know what I'm saying? Not
Maybe
everybody.
for cantaloupes on the show. Who knows? If y'all want us to have a cantaloupe show, let us know.
I guess,
Hmm.
or nothing.
Yeah.
I
We've
mean,
done
remember Remember, like back in the day when shows would change nights, and that was like a foreshadowing of a cancellation.
It happens, if there's no consistency on it. Speaking of which, next week I will be at Tuesday Night Trash in in Oak Cliff, Texas. Yeah, it's the
Looks
first Tuesday of October, and they're having a big thing there. And hey, I would rather be out making money somewhere than doing this. Sorry to say, but I gotta hustle. I gotta pay my bills and do things like that. So tune in next Monday when we're reviewing Pumpkin Face or some.
we'll get to
Tom.
that, mate. Oh, I might as well say this now. The Halloween episode will also not be recorded on that Tuesday before Halloween. It'll be.
Will still be dressed up though.
I will.
Last minute shit like I did which I thought I did pretty great last year. I think it was last year.
But hey, now that you thought about it, maybe you can, go out and buy some face paint and come back as a juggalo. That'd be terrific.
Grease paint is what I'd like to use, Tom.
Maybe a burnt cork.
Mm.
But yeah, what the fuck was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the Halloween show, that'll be on the Sunday before, because I'm taking off after that. So I will be indisposed.
Good.
Oh shit. So yeah, now that bitching and moaning is out of the way. And it might be because you're really old too, these young kids, they turn on the YouTube and they say, I don't want to hear this guy talk about, and they'll say, and the other one's really fat. So
yeah, I think what I need to do is what people my age do and get that beard shit where I can paint my beard where I'm not fucking old, but you're still fucking old and everybody knows it and they're laughing at you because you do that. Nobody's fooled by that shit, dudes.
it looks weird.
It looks fucking yeah. You're not Hollywood Hogan.
Brother. But yeah, I was thinking we could just wear masks.
Yeah.
I know a guy.
If I'm gonna wear any kind of Zooligan mask, it's gonna be from DWM Productions. Not that he has them on there, but hey, I might get a custom mask from him and nobody else. Nobody fucking else. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate your support, but you'd probably want a lucha mask, right?
Fuck yeah, I do.
All right, I got one hanging back there. It's not lit, so you can't see it. It's back there.
I'm sure it's really lit, Tom.
Fuck yeah, son. God damn, getting crunk.
So yeah, we did a lucha show one time. Not really a lucha wrestling event that we went to, and like fucking nobody was there. But Tom had made some really cool like half lucha masks. I thought they were badass. And I'm sure if people had showed up to this show, they would have thought they were badass too. And it wasn't until old Vicky walked in that there was any excitement in that place.
And it was weird. You couldn't even tell that she entered the room. She didn't try and make everything about her or anything.
She almost got Booker T to fall off his Segway or whatever.
Oh, Vicky! Oh shit. So hey, it's a week. Has it been a week for you?
It's been I'm just prepping, man. I got a lot of shows, events and stuff coming up. So and we did have a lot of custom work for independent movies on and a lot of them been added to the site. So if you have an independent movie and if you don't care what I think about it, send and you want a t-shirt because you're probably not making enough money on the sales of your DVD, or you can do a combo with the t-shirts. fastcustomshirts.com, right over there. Fuck, I pointed the right way for a change. But no, we've been busy with that and other stuff, and yeah, we'll be in San Antonio in just a few days. Yeah,
I do now.
Yeah. I'm going to run down to Corpus on Thursday, cut metal on Friday, and head up to San Antonio on Saturday. Be there Sunday. Come back Monday, record the show. Coming back just to record the show, Tom. And then Tuesday Night Trash on Tuesday.
What movie is it?
Halloween Town? I don't know what they're. Ghoulies 3 and something else. Something that was filmed in Dallas.
The Abomination.
Mm-hmm.
Terrific.
Yeah. It's called Halloween or something like that.
Halloween?
No, I don't know.
What's it called?
I can't look up on my phone right now.
Not Hallowgate. Haunted Ween.
Haunted Ween. There you go. So, yeah.
Right.
So, if you're in the Dallas area, that's a free screening at the Texas Theater. And come and hang out. They're opening their mock video store upstairs. And that's a pretty cool, it's a cool looking thing. There's going to be vendors downstairs selling VHS if you're still into that. You know, maybe they'll have some beta. Still into that.
I mean, you'll be there, so.
Some VCD or whatever that was.
Yeah. That's that Chinese shit, son.
Mm-hmm. Some laser dicks and some T-shirts.
Are you going to watch old Haunted Ween or whatever the fuck I said it was called?
Yeah. To like step into the theater and watch the movies.
I think it's like, oh my God, they're killing people for real in this haunted house.
Oh.
I'll rewatch it again. It's been on the thing for this year's Halloween viewing, but if you're gonna watch it, I'll do it early, Joe. No, It'll be October by then. Fuck it.
It will be. That's October 1st, you know, and it is the movie that inspired Hell House LLC Parts 1 7 or however many they've got to so far.
And Hellhound, the dog of Dracula, or whatever the fuck that movie is.
And that dog's fucking badass. That's a great actor, that dog. I'm surprised he didn't go on to do more stuff.
Just licking his own nuts. After fucking the Dracula movie, that's about all it did. Just had the taste of dog dick in its mouth the rest of its life. That's all right. They got paid out of all those Alpo commercials.
Not even sniffing that script. No.
Use it to line the bird's cage.
Goddamn contacts hurt the fuck out of me. I'm not doing that again.
That'd be fucked up. They tried putting fucking twisted contacts in a fucking dog's head.
Try doing it to a Doberman. See what happens. Fuck.
See, did I have anything going on this past week? Nothing, not really. Just working. This coming up weekend will be fucking 19 years of DWN. So yeah. I guess that's why I've been thinking about, you know, working and doing, how am I not anywhere? But I've done, like we said, I've done some cool stuff, and, you know, I'm probably more well off than I was fucking 15 years ago.
Yeah.
But still, yeah, I appreciate everybody who's ever fucking bought anything or spread the word or any of that shit. Appreciate it before. Yeah. I mean, appreciate it for sure. I mean,
that follows Tom or DWN on social medias. He's got an event thing coming up that may be filled up already. I don't know if it is.
Shout out to JR and Reggie. You're the real MVPs.
Maybe there's some listeners that would be interested in that.
Oh, there isn't, but if you go to dwnproductions.net, I got 3 spots left for a virtual painting class. It'll be set up like the studio that Joe and I are in now, and I'm going to walk you through on painting a mask. It's a mask I sculpted just for this live stream, which was not live stream, but private stream, which was an excellent idea. I don't plan on putting the mask up on the website. I have a few one-offs that I painted. Like I might paint one here or there for a show, and then when nobody buys them, I'll sell them cheap on the internet. But I don't see myself putting them up for sale on the website. So if you want to learn how to paint it, you'll be able to pick your own colors, and I'll walk you through. Probably after this weekend, I'm going to take it down, And also this weekend we got a sale on the website. It'll be 19% off everything but the t-shirts, the hats, and the live stream, the paint stream. Everything else should be 19% off. So hey, you might even get the stuff in time for Halloween. I did get an order from AXE, so shout out to them. And the last few fucking years, they've really helped me keep going doing this shit. So shout out to them. I mean, like I said, shout out to everybody who's helped in one way or another with the movies. That's cool as shit. We got to make movies, and a couple people have seen them. Maybe a couple more people will see them. Yeah, there's been cool shit. I got to make shit and meet some cool people. Got to meet you. If I wasn't doing this, I wouldn't know who the fuck you were, and we wouldn't be doing this shit right now. The Hordecast wouldn't be in the fucking live chat saying shit. So it's cool. I mean, it is what it is. You always wonder, oh well, what if I chose this path? It's just like, well, fuck you. You didn't. This is what you do, and this is what you chose. So fucking do it. Like, I might bitch and moan sometimes, but this is all I know. Everybody bitches and moans about
Yeah.
shit. So I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, I appreciate it for sure. I can't believe in 2 years I've been like in 2 more years I will have been doing this more of my life than I haven't. And
Mhm.
that is fucking crazy.
That's a big fucking accomplishment, man. That's no bullshit coming from me that also, does a business. That it's fucking huge.
Yeah, I appreciate it, but it would be nice if it wasn't just, just getting by.
Yeah, yeah, no, there's a lot of times just about you through your uh thanks, there's a bunch of people I have to thanks. The big ones that came through, like I said, I was going through a 4-week glut, VXV events and Humble Entertainment. Thank you both for like always coming to me for your shows and getting me to do your event shows and things like that. It really it gets me through. It gets me through a month, gets me through a couple of weeks, and gets me out of my funk. You know, which is the big thing. It's like, fuck yeah, I got something to do now. You know.
Oh yeah, it fucking like, I know I say it before, but besides like, hey, thanks, I appreciate it. Like that's I do because I truly do. It's not like I can go buy a fucking whore and send them over there to fucking suck your balls or some shit. That's highly illegal. And like I've been saying, I don't have the money for that. I wish I did, but
That would cut into the little profits that we make. Yes.
But yeah, I appreciate it for sure. Like you probably don't realize how much it really means because I'm making something like from hand that was nothing, and people are actually buying it, and that's fucking crazy to me. So I appreciate it for sure. Thanks everybody, and here's to 19 more years.
Oh shit.
Oh fuck. Yeah, this weekend, 19% off most shit. It'll be there. Uh like next year will be 20 years. So I was thinking, yeah, I'm gonna like set some goals, get a calendar early, start writing shit on the calendar. And then I just thought, life can change every day and everything will just, it won't stick to it. Like maybe it would help to do that just so you kind of have a map, but anything could happen. I was like doing my daily walk around the backyard. Nice day out, bright blue sky. You got these giant trees with the green contrast up against the nice blue sky with the clouds and the sun rays coming by. I was like, oh man, that looks real cool, man. It's a nice day out. I'm gonna die someday. Yep. That's how my brain works. Not well. So yeah, uh, that probably explains a lot.
Mm-mm.
Well, let me crack a beer open and I'll talk about one of these things because I got a few more than you do.
Yeah, I didn't watch as much as I thought. I mean, I did. Like, I did watch a documentary, but it goes in with the lone wolf stuff that we'll talk about.
Well, I watched a documentary, Joe.
Really?
Yes, it's called Old Dirty Bastard, colon,
Hmm.
A Tale of Two Dirties. Have you ever heard of Two Dirties, Joe?
I have, and he also has a biography to go autobiography to go along with that documentary, I believe.
Does he? When did he write it?
Fuck, I don't know. I just saw the cover of it. Like, for some reason my feed got flooded with, like, hey, here's a biography you can buy, and it was all like entertainment people, and his was one of them. And it's like, maybe I'd read that or listen to it on Audible. You know.
Well, he's been dead for years, so I don't know if it's an autobiography.
So maybe it did not come out like, maybe it's just a biography, or maybe it came out a while back. Because, like, a lot of the ones that I find out about, it's like, it turns out it's been out for a long time, and I just never knew because I read more fiction than this kind of shit. But this is a documentary of 2024, you say?
It is, Joe. It is. So this is about the life and times of Russell Jones, aka Unique Asan, maybe, aka don't laugh at that, Joe, aka the old dirty bastard of the Wu-Tang Clan. Uh Never got much into Wu-Tang. How High's the shit. We talked about that before. The song Red and Meth did with fucking what's it? Cypress Hills, fucking awesome. One of my favorite songs. And Shimmy Shimmy Ya is a fucking terrific song and one of my favorite songs. Whenever I listen to music, that's in the rotation. And that's about all I know of Wu-Tang Clan or Old Dirty Bastard. When he died, Buckethead did a remix of that song that was pretty good, but the original's better.
He does
So
uh, a cover of "Don't Go Breaking My Heart." I forget with who, because that is me and Roops go to for karaoke. So he said, "Hey, there's a ODB version of this," and he has a few other ones, but I can't fucking think of them right now. But yeah, Wu Tang. It's just shit that didn't, like, hit wherever I was living. You couldn't. They weren't on the radio, of course, and like, unless you had a friend that was into them, you weren't gonna hear that shit, right? But, like, I went to the Walmart the other day, and you can buy their fucking albums in Walmart now, Tom.
it used to be a big deal with Walmart selling things like that, you see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that New York shit, I just never got into it. It was like a lot of fucking just, hey, we're talking rapping and shit. We're fucking New York. We got rats and garbage. Just like, all right. I mean, I like New York movies, but the rap really ain't for me. Uh yeah, I mean, it's pretty much what you'd expect. A bunch of talking heads talk about him. It seemed like he was into some fucking racist shit. Like, I don't know, the way it was portrayed in the documentary, like, made me think that I should raise an eyebrow, but it is a documentary, so, maybe it was just edited like that, but there's, like, called the 5% or some shit. I don't know if this is, like, some, like, hardcore Black Israelite shit or something, but it's like these people, they believe that like black people are God. like they're direct descendants from God, and they're like the hardcore, like white devil, white devil. Oh no, you're a good devil, but still, so it's just like, huh, all right. And that's where that Asan Unique, that's like his new fucking 5% name or something, just came out really, really strange there, Joe.
I had to cover my mouth so I didn't say anything to get us canceled, Tom, on any of what you said. You know,
I mean, I don't think you can give your opinion. I don't know. I'm just saying what the shit came off. Like, I'm saying the shit sounds racist as fuck. I understand, like, growing up being black, seeing some fucking wild ass shit and being mad about it. I understand that shit, but you know, if you're going off on some of that, probably still racist.
mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't think you can get canceled for,
Yeah,
and no one's gonna
it,
fucking come after.
I'm gonna say this because I'm a minority. All right,
Not really.
I'll say, oh, minorities can't be racist. Fuck you. I've seen some fucking horrendously racist shit from Hispanics.
Like what?
You
I
know?
don't believe you if you don't give examples, Joe.
No, I'm not gonna go into that, Tom, because you
Come
got
on.
talk about. And I don't want this to interfere with your movie. You know, I want this to get as many views as your review for.
I'm not clipping this one. I already fucking know some wild fucking militant's gonna be like, hey, white boy, this shit wasn't for you. I thought it was for the kids. I was a kid once.
I love Christmas. Fuck you. You always not the worst in people, Tom.
So what's some of this racist shit you saw Mexicans doing?
Cutting up pigs and making tripas. Man, tripas are so fucking. Love that shit. Now go ahead, Tom. Continue your review on ODB.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a very average, you know, what you would expect documentary about the guy. Fame came fast, and you know, you don't get ready for that. There's not a class on how to handle that and
We know that.
money. And like, yeah, Rudy Ray Moore got a shout out. He was likened to Rudy Ray Moore because this was a character he was portraying. So that was probably my favorite part of the documentary.
Hey.
I did. I popped. I was like, all right. But yeah, this won't do anything. Like if you didn't know who the guy was, this probably wouldn't make you check his shit out.
Okay.
Like if you knew him as a pop culture guy of the time and you're interested, check it out. I mean, it's okay. It was fine. I liked it, but I'll never shop here again.
Yeah.
It was okay.
How's the production on it? Like the people they talk to, is it a wide variety, or if it's the people that you would expect them to talk to?
I mean, they didn't get like the top. RZA's in there,
Yeah, of
but
course.
he's just, you know, archival footage. But you got the chef and the killer. They're the two members of Wu-Tang that was actually there being interviewed for it. Mariah Carey gets a lot of time because he did that one song with her. And yeah, Chinese lady he was friends with.
Okay.
You know, it's like it's one of those. Like they'd never get like, you know, the big time fucking guy or whoever that would be.
So
But
it's essentially a documentary like some of the documentaries we've seen on horror movies.
this is exactly what you would expect from a talking head documentary, but it's
All right.
about ODB.
Okay, so skip.
I mean, if you're interested, there's like a lot of home video footage that his wife shot. But I mean, none of it was like, wow, look at that. It was just, home video footage, and they used whatever they could to fit the narrative of their documentary.
Okay.
It was whatever. It was fine. Didn't suck. Wasn't the most fucking terrific documentary I've ever seen. It is exactly what you think.
You know what, Tom? That is very fair of you. That is a fair assessment.
Hey, thanks. Hey, thanks there, Joe. Should I do another one?
Yeah, I think you should, since I only have 2.
You remember Maverick Entertainment there, Joe? I guess I'll wait for him to come back and ask him.
Maverick Entertainment. Didn't they do adult films?
I don't think so. I don't know if this is the same Maverick Entertainment we're thinking of. I'm thinking of the Maverick Entertainment from back in the day. They had that logo. It was a horse running.
Yeah, it was a porno thing.
I don't think this was, Joe.
Okay.
So I watched the Hitmo 2020. Fuck, Joe. Joe, I watched the hit motion picture from the year of our Lord 2024. Flued out.
Oh shit! I kind of want to watch this already. Just
Joe,
title.
you're really gonna want to watch this after I talk about it.
Hit it.
First of all, how do you think they spell flued?
FLEW''D.
That's correct, Joe. You know why? Because that's the correct way you spell that shit, you see.
Any fucking spelling bee this time around, you know?
Well, sit back and listen to this shit, Aquila. So this one is about like a social media hoe, I guess. Just some broad who like takes suggestive pictures of herself on the internet, and then guys fly her out. And she's always like, no, I'm not gonna have sex with them. Well, maybe if they're hot or whatever, but no, it's just a free trip. And her aunt's just like, hey, isn't this fucked up? These guys are like flying you out and you're just taking advantage of them. She's just like, oh, I don't give a shit. I'll do what I want. And, when the guys are just like, oh, I thought this and this was going to happen. She takes out her phone and starts recording them getting all angry and shit, saying stuff like, oh, that's because you flew me out means you're going to get into my fucking pants. Fuck you. But, they use more colorful language, if you will, Joe. The dialogue in this movie, terrific. If only I wasn't this white, I would be able to regale you with some of the script. But
Well, let me do it, Tom, because nobody's more racist than Hispanics. So what they say, no, go ahead, Tom. I haven't seen it.
so yeah, this new guy, she's gonna fly to Hotlanta, and he's a squirrely looking fuck. He looks like a fucking black Jeffrey Dahmer with an afro. He just looks like, nah, come on. But she goes down there, and it turns out like he's a church guy. He's just like, hey, I just see all this stuff that you're doing with your life, and I just brought you out here to try and get to know you and all that stuff. Maybe this will help you change your life around. Flash forward, he's part of a cult that they kidnap this lady, chain her up into the basement, and the pastor, he's this dude who he wants to clean these ladies of their whole culture. They want to get the hoe up out them. They even do little chants like, get the hoe up out you, get the hoe up out you, get the hoe up out you, get the hoe up out you. And it's like he's able to do some kind of ritual where the soul of a dead lady who wanted a good man, but her man like treated her like shit, and now she's dead, just waiting to go into a new body so she can be a good wife and serve a new husband. So these members just go out looking for dirty whores on Instagram. So these old dead ladies can inhabit their bodies. Terrific, Joe. Terrific.
Things. Hordecast Live. Was this on Tubi?
Of course, why wouldn't it be? Of course it was.
Mad at you. I agree with you totally. In fact, one that said it before you, and I could never be mad at the person that wrote the best comic run of all time, Starman. So, fuck yeah. Well, shit. Yeah, I definitely want to watch this, Tom.
Yeah, check it out. It's not gonna make a list, but you know, it's worth watching. It's very low budget, but they do what they can with it. And just the fucking dialogue, and when that shit just turns and you're just like, wait, what the fuck is this movie about? Good shit. Would recommend. Good shit, dude. It's trying to have this message and shit, but it's so ridiculous. It's like a $20 version of Get Out.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Flute out.
So does it have the look of like say the movies that we watched that were filmed in Houston?
It has that exact look, Joe.
Is it a film from Houston?
No, I want to say Memphis or Hotlanta.
Okay.
They said some shit in it. They said something like there was a throwaway line about, oh, they think I'm one of these fucking hot-bodied bitches, like stripper bitches from Houston or something.
Mhm.
Like there was a Houston throwaway line, flute out away line.
Road away.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, good stuff. Hot stuff. Would recommend.
Fuck yeah, awesome.
I was watching, I was just like, yeah, they probably didn't want me to see this shit. We have to rid you of this hoe culture. Terrific. And then their fucking chant, dude. Get the hoe up out you, get the hoe up out you, get the hoe up out you, get the hoe up out you. And they're just fucking Shang Tsung soul stealing, dropping these fucking Harriet Tubman ghosts into fucking hoe bodies and shit.
You know, and it's a work of fiction, but somebody needs to do it.
And this was based on a true story.
Good.
Story of life.
Fuck yeah. I mean, too many hoes.
Get the hoe up out you, get the hoe up out you, get the hoe up out you, get the hoe up out you.
Too many hoes.
Too many area codes, too. Fuck. Oh, Joe, I watched another 2024 movie. One that you loved. One that you said, yeah, man, a new modern audience will love this movie. It'll like be one of their generation defining films. You said films. I was like, come on, Joe. Is it really that good? You're just like, man, you got to see it. You're going to love it. And I said, all right, man, I'll check it out.
Check it out.
Fuck, checking it out. So I watched the hit motion. Thank you.
It's so cold. Do you want me to put it back in the fridge?
No, it's all right. No twine time.
They didn't have any.
All right. Thank you.
Fast custom shirts.
Woo!
Do you want me to put it in the fridge?
No, it's all right.
All right, I love you. Bye.
Love you.
Oh, yeah.
Luckily, this wasn't being clipped either, because I watched the hit 2024 movie Abigail. Have you seen it?
I have seen it, Tom.
Yeah, here's the review that I'll forget to link. But yeah, it was all right. The fucking British guy or the Australian guy with the glasses talking like an American. That always sucks. Anybody in a movie's talking like this, like they're just talking out of their nose, they're probably a mate. But yeah, it was all right. Some of the effects were cool and it was fine. I don't really like vampire movies, but
I think I can't even remember my review, but I think I said people are gonna like this, Tom.
generation defining, I
Right.
think is what you said.
Yeah. Okay.
You called it a film.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't. Something about being shot well and looking so beautiful. I mean, it would have helped if the marketing didn't give the shit away.
Right. Yeah.
But it's pretty much a movie they made before called Ready or Not. But instead of like crazy white people with guns, it's a vampire. But
Thing is, if you and I'll talk about this later too, if you're a horror fan and you've watched a lot of horror films, you know where this is going right off the bat. There's not going to be any fucking surprise, even if they hadn't ruined it in the trailer or whatever. Maybe if you're a very young, well, like I said, generational horror fan, that maybe it would surprise you and think, oh, that was cool as shit. Never saw that coming. But to an old jaded fuck like me, it's like, all right, yeah, okay. So let's hope there's some cool shit along the way. Let's hope there's some cool kills or something. Like there was a couple of cool things in there, but his okay. It's not a list movie for sure.
I didn't flood the coop over it. I watched Sting coming up too. And I said, that's okay. No. We'll see.
I hope not. I mean, Sting, I had fun with, so we'll see. I don't know.
Let's see.
Tom. So the last film in this series is called Lone Wolf and Cub, White Heaven in Hell. And this starts out, an old Lone Wolf and Cub, they're in the snow, and it turns out the fucking baby cart, now it's snow baby cart, because it's got like little sled mechanisms, and they're just sliding downhill and like going this way and that way, and oh man, what happens here, it's like it doesn't even focus on them too much at the beginning. It's the Yagyu clan. Remember them? Because they've been after old Lone Wolf and Cub this whole time. Well, the old Yagyu clan, their shogun says, hey, dude, what the fuck? It's already been 5 movies and you haven't got this guy yet? Like, can you do something? Because if you don't, well, fuck your clan. We're just going to, cut you guys off. And the old guy with the Yagyu clan, the one-eyed guy says, you know what? I still have a daughter that's a master assassin. We've been teaching her for a long time, and she's got this one gimmick that she does where she juggles some short knives, Tom. She's juggling short knives, and she throws one of them high up in the air. And whenever she's fighting, gets distracted, she jumps up, does a couple of flips, catches that knife, and shoves it in his head. So the old Yagyu guy said, no, we got to try this out. Try this out on some of our other people. She does it 3 times. All right, you're good enough. You're good enough to go against old fucking Lone Wolf and Cub, And she does, but it doesn't work, Tom. They do that whole gimmick that they did in the first one where, he bends down. There's the little mirror, kind of distracts her, and he kills her. This guy's like, well, shit, what can I do now? Oh, wait a minute. I got that one illegitimate son that I forgot about that I sent to live off in the forest. Let me go find him and see if he'll kill Lone Wolf and Cub for me. Why the fuck would he, you know? Anyway, this guy's been living in the forest with some death cult. And he says, you know what? I am going to kill him, but not for you, baby. I'm going to kill him for me. I'm going to disgrace your family. And I got these guys that I've had living underground. We buried them 45 days ago. We're going to dig them up, and they're going to go kill him. You know, and they do. And these guys are zombies, but not zombies, Tom. You know, because they were, in the ground for 45 days, but they didn't die. But what they can do is they got superpowers and shit. They can, like, burrow underground. You know, they can, like, dig through, like, fucking worms through the ground. And what they start doing, goddamn, Tom. Goddamn. They, you know, it's really hard to kill old Lone Wolf and Cub, but it's not hard to kill the people around them. So anybody that helps them out, they kill them. You know, hey, you sold some food to old Lone Wolf, fuck you, you're dead. And they kill him. You know, oh, you rented a room to old Lone Wolf, we're gonna kill everybody that works in this establishment. And it's freaking, you know, Lone Wolf and Cub out. You know, they're going on the street and like, oh shit, we need to buy some food, but no, we can't put these people here in danger, you know? So, old Lone Wolf, you know, being the fucking warrior and guy that he is, he thinks up a plan. We're gonna go up to the fucking snowy Alps here in Japan, you know, and they're gonna follow us. And it turns out, well, shit, they're not so good at burrowing through the snow, are they? Yeah, that fucking freezes them up. So when they come up all stiff and shit, he can chop them up, Tom. And that's what he does. Yagyu clan has been following the whole time, and they brought people, you know, skiers, Tom. So they're skiers, you know, coming after, doing ski slopes and shit, jumping, waving swords, but old fucking Lone Wolf kills them all, you know. And you think, okay, he's going to kill that leader of the Yagyu clan. But no, that guy just like slides away at the end. And you think, wait a minute, this doesn't end the series. I know this is the last movie that they made in this series, but well, what the fuck? And it ends like that, Tom. Well, the thing is, and I know this because I watched a documentary here. What was it called? Fuck, it has a weird name. I can't even pronounce because it's a French documentary.
Just try.
Let me find it here. L'homme d'un pierre, l'homme d'un sabre.
Ah, yes, I remember this one.
That's a 2005 documentary about the whole series, and it talks to like the cinematographers, the editors, and all that. It doesn't talk to any of the actors or anything. It talks to a couple of directors. It talks to the guy that made the comic, and there's some interesting shit in there, but it's all in. Well, it's not even in French, you know, it's in Japanese, so it's Japanese subtitle, but so were all these movies, so who gives a fuck, right? It turns out they started making a Lone Wolf and Cub TV series right after this movie came out, because the guy that owned the comic rights, the writer and everything, he had sold the TV rights a long time back, and they didn't do shit with it, as studios usually don't. And once the movies became a hit, because they made these movies within 3 fucking years, you know, so it was like 2 a year. They said, well, shit, we're gonna do a TV series. The main actor said, well, fuck it, if they're doing a TV series, I'm not gonna do the movies anymore. The TV series guys said, well, shit, come do the TV series. They said, no, fuck y'all too. I ain't doing anything. I ain't doing anything anymore. Fuck you guys. And so that was the end of it for him. He didn't think maybe this, you know, kid needs a job. You know, I'm fucking him over. But, you know, It was just that. It talks about how his brother was the guy that was in all the Zatoichi movies. That's his younger brother. And they were both like real dudes with a sword. They could do their shit for real. So like all their sword shit, it looks badass because they could really do that. And he wanted this role so much when he found out the comic book guy was, created a movie studio, and that was the thing he wanted to do, was turn his comics into movies. He went to this guy's house and said, "Hey, I want this role. Like, I know you already got this dude, but look," and he was all dressed up and shit. And he's look what I can do. I know I'm fat, but don't worry. Look. And he starts doing somersaults and, shit like this, and doing his sword play. And all right, dude, you fucking got the job, I guess. Whenever we do it, you got the job. But they were big fucking hits, these movies, man. And like these comics, like the first time I read them, First Comics had put them out here in the US. But now they got these like little editions here. I won't show too much of the art because there might be some tits that fall out, and no, but like here's volume 2. Like I had more of these than I thought. 3, and all these covers here are Frank Miller covers that he did for First Comics. And this was the one that was the cover for the first issue that I picked up. And they're good shit. Like all this guy's comic stuff is violent. It's badass, and so are the movies. They did a great job on these movies. This is a really good set to get. It also has Shogun Assassin, which I didn't watch, and that one merges the first 2 movies. And I had already watched it. That was my introduction to them way back, and it's badass because it just has all the violence and everything, compresses the story real small. So like, if you're younger, you're like, fuck yeah, it's like all the arterial spray and shit like that. And this was one of the movies that first did that. Yeah, I haven't watched the rest of the of the thing, and there's really some shit I don't want to watch on this. They've got an interview with the comic writer, and then they have a guy displaying the actual sword stuff. I don't give a fuck about that. What am I gonna do? Learn that stuff? No. But yeah, if you haven't seen these films, or if you have seen them, this set is definitely worth it. I know Criterion does a 50% off random times through the year, or they do a thing with Barnes & Noble. I'd recommend it, man. This is some good shit.
So hit me with, excuse me. Hit me with a quick breakdown of all of the movies, and then let me know what you thought of them in order, like your favorites.
Remembering, because they kind of blend into one after I've watched them all. The first one, Sword of Vengeance, which just kind of sets everything in motion. That's badass. The second one, Baby Cart at the River Styx. That one was probably my favorite one. That one like had so much cool shit going on. Baby Cart to Hades. I think that was maybe the one that it was like kind of slow, but I may be confusing it with the next one, Baby Cart in Peril. No, I thought that one was cool because that's the one where they flog fucking the kid. The kid gets fucked up, and and then Baby Cart with the Land of Demons. That was the second to last one. So I don't remember even what I said last week, Tom. But this last one ends pretty cool. It's just it's disappointing because I wanted, knowing this was the last film, I wanted them to wrap it up. I wanted him to actually fight or kill the main guy that was after him the whole time and get his revenge and have his kid actually do something. I don't know how far they went in the TV series. I don't know that I can find that, or even if I want to watch it. They've done some remakes around like 2015. They did another comic series that's about the kid, grown up. Haven't read any of that shit. But this whole thing, it's like inspired a lot of shit. You know, the whole thing with like a badass protecting a young kid. You know, they've got a young kid in tow. That's a whole genre in itself. And even Lone Wolf and Cub. If you ever seen Samurai Jack, they come out in there. There's an episode where they're in that shit. There's other shit like that too that I can't think of. But man, this whole thing is something that's been inspirational. I don't know what the fucking word iconic. I don't know, but it's done a lot and it's had a lot of imitators.
I can't wait for the American remake with The Rock and Kevin Hart. It'll be terrific.
Or
and then Jack Black will play the bad guy. It'll be fucking great. Well, I'm glad you fucking dug them, Joe.
I did, man. I really did.
Let me see what I got on here. Yeah, I guess. Oh, shit. I got two more. I watched this movie today called Mind Killer. It's about a librarian who's a man. I know, weird. He and his buddy, he like does the archives of the library. They're in the basement because they're autistic or something. I don't know. It was the 80s, so they did things differently back then. One of the dudes, he finds these notes that says, hey, this is how you get mind control powers. But what they don't know is at the beginning of the movie, this guy like turned into some kind of fucking nutsack monster and exploded or some shit. So flash forward, he's doing all this shit to get fucking mind control powers. It's a lot of them like going to 80s clubs or the same 80s club and trying to pick up girls, but they're a couple of fucking wieners. But then he gets mind control powers. So he does. You saw this one?
Powers too.
So yeah, there's a lady at work. She's like new, and he's just like, "Hey, I'm fucking weird and autistic. You want to have sex with me?" Nope, because you're weird and autistic. But I'm gonna just say, no, I don't date, people I work with. And he says, I'll show you. I've got mind control powers. So that wouldn't fly today. This is the soul man of horror movies, Joe. Nothing in this would fly today. And, it's just him using his wacky mind control powers until his fucking head turns into, I'm not sure, just an excuse to put a weird face appliance on the fucking guy. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but just looking like, oh, look, he's a weird faced appliance creature, monster man or something. And then a weird spider nutsack thing comes out of his head and does like a shitty lightning effect, and everybody but him lives happily ever after because he's fucking dead. There's some cool monster, like some cool cheap monster stuff in it. They don't show it enough. It's really not worth recommending to anybody unless you just like cheapo monster stuff. And then, yeah, watch it for that. But beyond that, it's just an average, okay, of its time direct-to-video movie. Nothing.
Time.
What's what?
You said of its time. What was that time?
Oh, probably the 80s.
Okay.
Maybe late 80s. It was just, yeah, all right. I got it. The nutsack headed fuck at the beginning, and then our main character where he looks like a stretched out fucking thumb nutsack or something. The spider nutsack's okay, but why everything looks like nutsacks? I don't fucking know. It's I mean, if you wanna see a dude brain rape bitches, I guess check this shit out.
Mm.
Yeah, it's whatever. You watch anything else, Joe?
I did watch. I watched a 2024 film, Tom, that people have been telling me, "Hey, this is pretty damn good." And this is a prequel movie, which are they're all the rage, Tom. This one's called The First Omen. Now you've seen The Omen, right? And you've probably seen The Omen 2 and The Omen 3 and maybe even The Omen 4 or the other Omen or whatever. But this, Tom, is the first Omen. So now this one's about a young lady that goes to Rome. She's going to be a nun. She was a problematic child, but the church took her in and has been giving her guidance. And oh man, she's so happy to be there. But she gets there, she notices, hey man, there's some weird shit going on. They keep this one girl sequestered, and these other nuns are kind of weird, and she's not quite a young nun yet. And there's this other girl they hook her up with, and I was like, hey, well, I'm not quite a nun yet either. Let's go out and party. They go out and party, and like she hooks up with some dude, and she like wakes up the next day like, whoa, what the fuck happened? We don't know what happened. This other priest approaches her. Hey, look, there's been this conspiracy, there's this other side of the church that's been trying to usher in the Armageddon, usher in the birth of the Antichrist, and they've been using young girls that have been fucked by the devil so he can birth the devil's child. And she's like, yeah, well, whatever, dude, you fucking crazy. But then she sees, well, yeah, this young girl here, yeah, that's what they've been doing with her. That's what they've been doing with her. And well, shit, it turns out, well, wait a minute, what about me? What about me? Yeah, it's her, Tom. It's her that they've been doing this whole thing with. They've been grooming her for the devil, and oh, now, that when she was with that dude and blacked out, she was fucked by the devil or somebody. It's not very clear, and she gives birth, Tom. But the thing is, she gives birth to twins. The problem is with all these other girls that they've been impregnating, they've been giving birth to girls, Tom, and it's like, girls, they're no good. What's a woman gonna do? Be the Antichrist? No. They need a fucking man, So she's the one that finally gives birth to a boy, but a girl too. And she comes to her senses and shit, and like kills somebody there and runs off with the little girl. And there's like that's the end of the movie, but it's not, because there's another scene that takes place years later, and she's there, and the little girl's grown, and the other girl that she thought was like groomed for that shit. And this priest comes over there and it's like, hey, no, she's there with a gun. You got to get the fuck out of here. I'm protecting this girl. And I was like, I just want you to know, they got your son. And they've named him Damien.
Repose Dominoes.
Hey, this sucked, dude. This fucking sucked. Okay, so the thing with, if you watch the original Omen movie, there's a scene, it's a badass scene where they go and talk to like a priest that's in an asylum for the criminally insane or whatever, and he's like, tell him, yeah, so it's like a jackal fucked her. And then they go dig up a grave, and there's a jackal in there with the baby that they took. They swapped babies and shit. No jackal in this movie, man. You're waiting for that jackal to come in and do some fucking. There's none of that. And this girl that's in it, like, people are saying, oh, she's marvelous. She's great in this movie. There's a whole series an M. Night Shyamalan series called Servant. She plays the exact same role. She did the same shit. And I guess if you haven't seen that, which nobody did because it was on Apple TV, okay, I could see you thinking that, but nah, she's done this before. This sucked, dude. This was just like you're waiting for something cool and nothing ever comes out. It's got some great cinematography. It has some great music, even though Jerry Goldsmith is not credited because they use a lot of his fucking music. But what can you do? I'd say skip it. If you haven't seen any of the Omen movies, you might like it.
Would recommend.
Not making a list. Either way, it's not bad enough. It's going to make a worst of list, but definitely not making a best of.
Yeah, I've been having some trouble with my worst of list. I'm just like, oh man, it's kind of gotta, but I don't wanna. But shit. Oh, anything else?
No, I hadn't seen anything else, man.
All right. Well, the Stephen Chow train continues there, Joe. I said I was going to do Journey into the West, but I got a couple bucks in, so I said, hey, I'll buy this overpriced Blu-ray that I've been having my eye on. So, Joe, I got Love on Delivery. Now, usually I'd go, but this is a thick as fuck thing, and I don't want to break any of those arcade monitors back there. So if you're interested, there's that. There's that. You got a poster and a booklet behind the poster. Won't hang up. Won't read it. Excuse me?
Who released this?
Vinegar Syndrome.
Okay.
So this one, I guess it's a romantic comedy about a delivery boy named, something that sounds like a sneeze. And he's played by Stephen Chow.
Huh.
And there's this karate, taekwondo, some kind of martial arts school going on. And the instructor there, he's kind of a jag bag. He's hitting on the lady. One of the ladies there, she doesn't want to have anything to do with him. And old Stephen Chow comes to make a delivery, and she's just like, oh, I won't kiss you, but I'll kiss anybody. So she kisses this guy. He pops a boner over the shit. She's just like, oh, it was a joke, but now it's him trying to win her over. There's a scene where like he gets into an altercation with that guy, and the guy takes a swing at him, he ducks, and the bitch gets punched in the fucking mouth. And after that, she's just like, you're a fucking coward. I would never suck the dick of a coward, you fuck.
Who would?
You, I guess, but I wouldn't. So he goes and takes other kind of karate lessons from some dude who's fucking him over. And, it's just a quest of him becoming a karate guy so he can win the heart of this lady. That's a terrible description, but what description have I ever gave that wasn't? It's very silly and ridiculous. If you just like silly, ridiculous shit for the sake of being silly and ridiculous, then check it out. Like that's all this movie is just silly, ridiculous humor, one shit after the other. There's some cool things in there, like he's having a daydream about getting in a fight with this guy, and this guy punches his fucking head off, and you see Stephen Chow's head fly off, and as the head's flying off, you see the head's point of view, and the guy's like ripping his body apart and shit. So it's like, all right, cool. And then I mean, it's a comedy. It's just a bunch of fucking jokes. So if you like Chinese comedies, you'll probably like this one. If you don't, you probably won't. It was subtitled. They talk fast, so the subtitles move a little fast. And some people say, "Oh, I don't care about subtitles. I'll read subtitles." I mean, I'll read subtitles too, but they do take away from the movie since your focus is on reading and not actually watching the movie. So, while I don't have a problem, and clearly I watch subtitles movies, it does take away from it. Um, Special features. There's two video essays, I guess they're called. It's where some guy reads a fucking thing he wrote while clips play over it. There was one about Stephen Chow, pretty good. Uh, the other one, I think it was about Stephen Chow and the collaboration with the guy who directed this movie. I think they co-directed a bunch of shit up until maybe Shaolin Soccer, or
Mhm.
maybe it was right before then. But the video essays were all right. The commentary track, I listened to the whole thing, but it was a bunch of who gives a fuck. One of the guys sounded like he was recording in a tin can, but you kind of got used to it after a while. But yeah, it was all right. I mean, it's a good set, $30 plus shipping, in this day and age. That might be a bit much for especially a fucking Chinese movie that nobody really wants, but maybe that's why it costs that much, you see.
Yeah.
But I've been noticing now like a lot more fucking mainstream Blu-rays and shit have been getting into the price range that Vinegar Syndrome is. So I mean it's all kind of leveling out now, but just being a broke ass independent artist, anything above $3 is expensive as shit for me, Joe.
So
But
like I'm not a video essay guy. Like I don't like that. I prefer like these little books. Like I didn't even show you this one that came with this, but this one, unlike some of the other, it's like the whole like staple type thing. Did it come with a book? Kick ass. So that's not one of these staple one. It's like a glued binded. Oh, it is. Okay. So
it's pretty thin.
I
Like
mean,
it's not a thicken.
mhm.
But I don't think this fucking movie could fill up, you
Right.
know.
Not probably enough. Well, no, I'm sure there is. I'm sure you could go to enough people, but why pay them for that, right?
I mean, it's just a goofy fucking comedy. But yeah, it's all right. Like the set's nice and everything, but I don't give a fuck about a slip cover, what the Blu-ray's housed in. Like everything's like a bookcase that I have. All I see is this. I don't have the room to fucking put every release on a shelf facing like that's fucking crazy. But yeah, I don't give a shit because all I look at is the spines. But shout out to this one for having that bright ass green and bright ass color. So whenever I try and find it, that's all I have to look for.
Very reflective.
Yeah, there's a fucking light right there. And but yeah, it was all right. I guess what we're learning about Vinegar Syndrome nowadays is, if they're releasing some Chinese shit, it's probably pretty good. The other stuff, still not so much, but the
They
Chinese shit, pretty good.
know that I want that I just haven't had the money to buy. I figure, I'll see them at a show at some point, just pick it up off the table or something. The stuff that sells out, well, it sells out. Okay, so I guess I didn't need it, right?
Yeah, next week they got Corpse Mania coming out. That's from the dude who made Boxer's Omen. Like Boxer's Omen's supposed to be the wildest shit he made, but I'm still picking up fucking Corpse Mania because I'll pick up fucking any wild shit that this fucking Chinklink Wow or whatever the fuck his name. I know it's like something CHL, 3 names shit, but yeah, I'll check his shit out. And then they're releasing Cannibal the Musical in November. So that'll be dope. Like there was a fucking thing and it was just like, oh, this fucking British company or something. They're releasing all these trauma movies restored and blah blah blah. And then Vinegar Syndrome was having something going on with like delays or something. And there's like, oh, we're not gonna reveal our secret titles until November 1st now. And then they fucking release that, and it's like, oh shit, well, we gotta say something so they don't buy from them and wait to buy from us. So I mean, that was kind of fucked, but it is what it is. I almost bought it too, but like nowadays, I'm just like, all right, if this company's putting it out, some American company's gonna be releasing this shit soon, so I'll just hold off. I just didn't know it was going to be announced 20 minutes later.
Two things that I feel like, hey, I need to like hop on this right now. Hopefully this weekend goes well and I can get the all the Haunts VR's Volume 2 thing. So we'll see.
Hell, I got a review copy coming, so it'll be dope if you can get one and we can each watch the movies.
All right, cool.
Just kidding, Joe.
No. A review copy.
If it had Clear Cut 2 in it, maybe I seen something he posted though. It's like supposed to be some wacky Indonesian shit in there.
Yeah.
So after you watch it, let me know and I'll go looking around for it.
All right. Yeah, and I'm sure some of those are big ones. They're gonna, solo releases or whatever.
That's a bit much for me to spend to say, hey, I'll watch these along with Joe.
And that's why, I haven't ordered it yet because it's a bit much for me, and I've been ordering like comics and stuff instead.
Let me ask you something there, Joe. You like shooting webs?
Okay, so let me tell you, because I skipped on Spectacular, but in Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man's Doctor Strange, because he got bit by some fucking serpent guy, and the only way to cure him is to send him back to the past to where he meets King Cole. Cole. That dude? Remember him?
Yeah, Nat.
Kevin Sorbo. And so they have to do some like medieval shit to get somebody to cure that thing. And then it got me like, well, what the fuck? It's like, why does Marvel still have the Conan? Marvel doesn't have the Conan license, and it may be because Marvel started throwing Conan into the Avengers, and the people that owned the Conan, the Robert E. Howard estate, said, no, fuck y'all. What are y'all doing? And said, no, you don't have the rights. Once your fucking license is out, you guys are out. I haven't read any of that shit. It was Savage Avengers or something. Did you read any of that?
Is this recent?
It's within the past 5 years or so.
Yeah. Is this the one with Punisher, Venom, Elektra, maybe?
Yeah.
Wolverine, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have a couple issues.
Okay.
I know I at least read one if I was able to fucking name all those people. Yeah, I think I have issue 1. I think.
Okay. So that's what got them to say, no, fuck you, Marvel. Like we're taking Conan back.
Just let me dig that shit out and see if I can get 25 cents.
Hopefully. But anyway, an amazing You know, we get some classic villains pop up, right, Tom? Some Soviet apes.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I forgot. Like, I fucking read this a few days ago, and it was such a bullshit issue. It all
It is.
just fell out of my head.
I'm just gonna say like John Romita right here. He's good at progressing the story.
Is he still drawing it?
He's drawing it, but
Was he?
you have Al Milgrom doing the inks, and it fucks everything up because its inks are so heavy. And the only time it looks good is there's some panels to where the red ghost and the fucking apes are in shadow, and that shit looks cool. Like those are some cool panels, but otherwise it's just like he's too heavy for fucking everything. And the story's just like, who gives a fuck anyway, like you said.
Yeah, it kind of looks more like what is it? How the newspaper fucking
Yeah.
comic strip looked, where it was just because I guess that had, I don't know, because they were printing it on bullshit paper too. So
Yeah, a lot of it's very simple square grids, and then every once in a while they'll do like a long panel. But no, that's just shit.
yeah, what he fights fucking the fucking ghost man or whatever the fuck, and then doesn't some other idiot show up and he takes care of him quick too?
Yeah, it's garbage. It's all garbage.
Terrific. Ah, shit. Well, speaking of garbage,
I'm gonna move over here just in case. Get an aerial view for this review.
all right. So yeah, I don't know what year it is, but I think this is a somewhat recent movie called Pumpkins. I was like, oh yeah, you know, it's getting Halloween time.
I think it
Let's,
was 2018, if I remember correctly. I may be wrong.
I was gonna say 19, so that sounds right. This was a year before the world changed forever.
Oh shit, and it did.
So Pumpkins. Let's watch this Halloween movie. Starts out all right. It's just like, oh look, they have a couple Halloween decorations up. That's cool. Why don't they have more? That's kind of weird. They just cutting back to these 3 Halloween decorations they have, but okay. And then people start talking like this, yeah. And I said, that's why. That's why they only have a couple pumpkins and they look fake.
So throughout the movie, Tom, I thought this was an Irish film, because they're
I
talking.
think it's Cockney.
No, it's northern England or something.
But I mean, it's right there.
Yeah, but I definitely thought it was Irish. They're talking like very, very much like that.
Dude, like my mom and I, we started watching this.
Shit, man. Did you apologize to your mom?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
good.
was just like, man, I forgot, I didn't mean to tell everybody about that orphan last week. I'm sorry. But like, we're watching it, and this fucking old ass fucking English toothless guy, he's trying to say shit, and I have no fucking idea what he's saying. I look over, I'm just like, do you know what this guy's saying? No. Should we turn it off? I don't know. I think we'll be able to figure it out. We'll just keep going. So I said, okay. And then a couple other guys come up and they're still talking like dickheads because of their accent and shit. But at least I can understand them. So it's all right. But this old motherfucker, I couldn't understand fucking nothing coming out of his mouth. So this cocksucker, he's the fucking local owner of the town's pumpkin patch. He has like six
Months, maybe.
Mhm.
Maybe.
And so the town riffraff comes by and takes a Sharpie marker and draws spooky faces on these pumpkins, these fake as fuck looking pumpkins. Because, you know, pumpkins are American as fuck. More than bald eagles, pumpkins should be the sign of America. And I guess October and November they are. But yeah, he goes out, sees these fucking scary, spooky, drawn on faces. He goes, "Oh, go get me, little boy!" And falls over and I guess dies of fright or hurt. He died from hurt. And then his daughter
I don't know
comes
what she
out.
was. Niece, caretaker, uh, massage therapist. You know, who knows what she was.
She comes out and says something and gross. And I guess the fucking pumpkins infect him and he turns into a pumpkin man.
Yeah, there's like some pumpkin reagent that starts swarming over. Pumpkin jizz.
I think it's fertilizer or it just looks like old paint. He was going to throw old paint on these pumpkins. But he just kind of, I didn't even know the guy died at first because he just kind of falls down next to the pumpkins, like, "Oh, I'm so sorry from you, pumpkins. Let me lay by from you and make happies."
That's
But
a
I,
good accent there.
but I guess he dies and he gets infected with pumpkins. He gets a shitty pumpkin mask and, you know, starts killing people, but you don't see anything because it's all shit.
But he's killing random people that had nothing to do. I mean, he kills those two dudes, right?
Well, yeah, but he also kills everybody else because they're
Anybody.
on his land, his
'Cause
fucking
you don't
10,000 acres.
Yeah, they don't establish that their land is like a big fucking. It encompasses everything. And there's even a bar on it that like, well, shit, I'm gonna kill you guys too because your bar's on me land. You know.
Yeah, there's a group of like, hey, we signed up for this survivalist weekend. And even the teachers, they're all just a bunch of fucking pussies. And then there's a fucking bar, and they all just fucking suck. The lady's like the toughest one out of all of them. And all these kills are just shit. It's all like axe in the back where you don't see anything. Or you see, and this axe is fake as fuck looking. Like this axe couldn't look any fucking faker. And you know, it's like people coughing up blood and falling over. It's rubbish for the bin, mate. The best part about this movie is that it just ends so unexpectedly. Like it ends, it's one of these fucking movies where you're just like, that's how it ends. Really? Fuck you. That's not even an ending. You just didn't know what you were fucking doing. Fuck you. It's just like a what? Wait, what? What's happened? What? It's over? And I mean, bad movies, it's always great when it ends like that. So at least you got like one last fuck you, and everybody can look at each other and be like, what the fuck? But this is garbage as fuck.
Okay, but the thing is, Tom, and I'm surprised you're not talking about this because you're such a fan of post-credit scenes.
I do think I stuck around for that shit.
Well, you should have, Tom, because there's like a 7 or 8 minute post-credit scene in which a young lassie goes trick-or-treating, gets treats, and says some insulting things to the jack-o'-lantern that's there, and starts walking off, and then oh shit, the jack-o'-lantern's in front of her. What's going on? Turns around, the jack-o'-lantern is behind her, Tom. What's going on? Ah, she yells. And we get a close-up of the jack-o'-lantern, Tom. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what these fucking English people thought they were doing making a Halloween movie. Like, we started Halloween and
I
putting
don't
jack-o'-lanterns
know.
out so we can keep you fuckers away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Fucking not good. I've watched some bad independent movies this year, Tom. Like shit that's like really like taxed my patience. This is definitely one of them. And it's one of these things that just because you can make a fucking movie doesn't mean you should, you know. And just because you do doesn't mean you should put it out there for the public to see. You know, it's not good. This is fucking garbage. This is fucking garbage, man.
yeah, God bless them for making a fucking movie, but it's incompetent as shit. And, you know, if you're making a slasher movie, this doesn't have any of the elements you would want out of a stereotypical slasher movie. No kills. I mean, there's kills, but it's all fucking bullshit. The mask is whack. The killer's fucking whack. No nudity. Just nothing you would want out of a slasher movies here. And like, I know I'm saying, oh, these foreigners making a Halloween movie. But I mean, really, that's stupid as shit. I'm
No,
sure you celebrate some kind of Halloween or
yeah,
whatever, but that's American as shit. And when you can't get your hands on Halloween decorations for your Halloween movie, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah, fucking.
well, and you know the thing is, I mean the runtime is only like 130, right?
Yeah, but I mean, with those commercials and just bullshit, you're there for days.
Yeah, it goes on and on. There's scenes like in the bar that just stretch, and you don't give a shit about any of it, man. It seems so goddamn long.
Yeah, there's a scene in the bar where they just do their shitty music
Hmm?
just to stretch it out, and it's just like, fuck.
Yeah, this one's rough. Unless you do a podcast to where you review shitty movies, there's no reason for you to watch this one.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll have better luck next week, Joe, when we watch the hit motion picture Black Pumpkin or Black Pumpkins. I don't know if it's singular or plural, but it's on Tubi and you'll find it. And I'm sure it'll be terrific.
All right, I gotta watch that soon.
Yep, we all do, Joe, because who knows how much time we have left.
Hopefully, not a lot.
Well, did you notice any questions or anything in the chat?
Uh, like there was funny shit in the chat, but questions, I don't know.
All right, well, you look through that. I'll give some shout outs and we'll fuck off. Shout out to former Ghost President. Thanks for shooting by. Hordecast, of course. Appreciate you guys always showing us love. If you're down with like underground music, which I don't know, there's a lot of different kinds of underground music. Like
Like,
Juggalos seem to uh adopt that word is just like Juggalo music, but I mean, there's a lot more underground music than that. But if you like underground slash juggalo music, check out the Horde cast. They're good dudes over there. Who else do we got? Who else do we got in here? Old JR from the Horde cast. He's in there. I'm not sure if he's running the account or not. Peekaboo, peekaboo. That sounds like some Peep and Tom shit, but thanks for stopping by. And 3 strong, terrific. If we don't have 3 likes on this motherfucker, I'm burning this bitch to the ground. Oh shit. But yeah, We appreciate you guys checking this out for sure. Like I said, if you're watching this live or the week it comes out, 19% off mostly everything this weekend at dwnproductions.net. I would appreciate the support. And thank you, I mean, for listening to this. If you stuck it out this long, for sure, you're fucking awesome. And we greatly appreciate it. You are not the average viewer.
Fuck no.
Joe, you got anything else to say?
I want to just say, boy, gob.
Thanks for checking out the show. We hope you dug it, baby. If so, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and let us know down below. Support Tom and Joe by heading over to dwnproductions.net and fastcustomshirts.com. Until next time.